Okay, now we're back. We'll see how long this
Yeah.
lasts. We'll try to keep this short.
Yeah.
Sometimes my phone is kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know where the last one cut off, but like overall, I liked the bulk of the movie actually. Thought that was pretty cool. The acting was good, and
Production design was fucking dope.
Yeah, they spent a lot of money.
That person
on this
should have
movie,
made
that's for
the
sure.
most money out of everyone. Like that part was sick.
The script was pretty well done. Like I was saying earlier, I didn't really like the humor. They tried to do like too many one-liners in it,
Without giving it away, I'd say the first 20 minutes had the worst dialogue that I've like heard in a movie in a very long time, and it didn't make me sympathize with any of the characters. That's what made me dislike them.
Right.
And then later it went on, you're like, all right, this is where the movie got good because there was less dialogue and shit was just happening.
Yeah, it was kind of weird that they chose 3 characters out of like the 7 to really follow in the beginning, and then they get to the escape room and it's like, oh, we haven't met any of these other people.
There's the other people that you have to like kind of feel bad for if when they die.
Right. I thought this movie was going in a different direction really early on. I thought it's all going to be a simulation, which it kind of was, but I thought that like nobody was really going to be dead, and I was waiting to make the joke in the theater about this being the adult version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Like that's what I thought. But then the ending was really weird, and it was bad, but it wasn't
it was bad, but it wasn't like
it wasn't mind-numbingly bad.
It's not mind-numbingly bad, but it should have ended where it should have fucking ended. And then they're like, well, think people will sit for another 3 minutes. Let's see if we can get a little time around for the sequel going on. Escape Room 2.
They were trying hard to set up a series, which is not going to happen.
It was like,
I don't know. I don't foresee a sequel.
If they make one... Fuck, I would still probably end up going. That's the worst part. But I wouldn't... I don't know. That ending was so frustrating.
Because I guess, like, this movie, the best way to describe it is it's like a little bit of Saw, a little bit of the Cube series. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the Cube movies. Those are really popular in the 90s. Yeah. It's got a little bit of Cube in it, a little bit of Saw. And they're really trying to, like, build this, like, corporate entity as being kind of like Jigsaw. It's like Jigsaw, but a whole, like, company or something.
Kind of like
it doesn't
Hostel
work.
Too, which I guess is like Saw anyway.
It just doesn't really, I don't know. It was kind of weird.
And the guy that we meet at the end, who's one of the facilitators, I was like, did they just go on Craigslist like, who could do the best Anthony Hopkins impression from Silence of the Lambs? And then we won't show him for like 20 seconds. And we're like, for a second I was like, I was expecting him to be like, good evening, Clarice. It was fucking...
And it was
weird.
And it was just weird. I wanted it to be a better twist, because it wasn't really a twist. I kind of figured, like I said, there was going to be some sort of like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, like, it was always supposed to be...
No, you win the escape room.
Right, because she does win the escape room, but she does it by losing...
Also, can I add $10,000, which I would do a lot of heinous shit for $10,000.
Right.
I don't know how I'd feel about one of the characters. Sounds like he didn't need $10,000.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna escape to Tahiti this weekend.
Right.
Making all this money, you have a Tesla, and then they're like, $10,000. Like, fuck it, I got nothing to lose.
Yeah, and okay, so. Just to put that in perspective, that's the same amount of money that Vincent Price's millionaire character in House on Haunted Hill offers everybody, and that's 1958.
Yeah, that's the inflation. Still not that much money.
And like I was saying, I was like, I would at least want a year's salary.
Yeah, can you be like...
That's like $800 a month for a year.
That's the equivalent of them being like, and you get a year's worth of rice-a-roni.
Right, yeah.
Like, what? It was San Francisco treat.
Yeah, it was just... all of that was kind of weird. It wasn't a great... I didn't expect it to be a great story, but I thought it was more clever, or at least just more interesting than I thought it was. The upside-down billiard room, that was actually, like, sort of effectively
even while I looked over and I could see Calvin, like, moving his head, just like, trying to watch it.
I don't have heights, but I'm just like... That's a good one. They're like really high up.
Yeah.
I don't...
I guess there's more things that went well than didn't go well. Like, I couldn't call this a bad movie. Cinematography wasn't bad. I was kind of annoyed with the lighting choices. I feel like it could have been a little bit more adventurous with that. Like, there's certain scenes that are, like, really color heavy, like when there's I don't know, a room turns into a goddamn oven, and you're like, oh, maybe we can have more orangey hues. But no, the production design, I guess, made up for that.
You could tell they spent a lot of money. Yeah. There were some green screen effects that didn't look good, but it didn't really bother me because it was like...
For each one that wasn't good, there was one that was like, oh, okay, that worked.
And, you know, it's like they had to build an upside-down billiard room set. Yeah. So, you know, if you're gonna, like, cheap out on the dude, like, and his friend freezing on a boat in the ocean, that's fine with me. That's like a quick little shot anyway. Yeah. That's the real one that didn't look good to me.
I could watch that movie 3 times and I still wouldn't be able to tell you anyone's name because it doesn't fucking matter.
No.
It doesn't fucking matter.
No.
And by the end there, I do remember one, Jason, because he's just kind of like the dick, like the rich guy.
Right.
But yeah, he was like
he was a good actor.
Yeah, he really killed it. It wasn't him. It was poor dialogue writing.
It wasn't any of the actors, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And it's not even, I don't know, it's not even that, like, the script was bad, it just wasn't, like, great. It didn't do anything. It was better than I expected, but it was still pretty, like, subpar, like, you know. Yeah, the premise is still pretty basic. I mean, it's a PG-13 version of Saw.
And it's not even one of those movies, and I'll say it quite a bit if you, like, watch us do these videos, like, I'll usually go, that should have been rated R. And this one I'm like,
no. There's, like, no blood
nothing would have changed it, because all the deaths were kind of written in a way where they probably knew, like, this is going to be a hard PG-13.
Right, yeah, I mean, the deaths are, like, drowning and falling.
Yeah. Some stuff you don't really show.
Yeah, poisonous gas. I mean, nothing that's gonna, you know, require an R rating. You never felt skimped on anything, that's for sure, because it wasn't, like, set up to be a gore fest.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
It would be kind of a cool movie for a gore fest, but also... Gore's kind of more fun when you don't know the people as much, and you don't have to, like... But now they're, like, trying to build pathos and all, like, stuff with this, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, I would be surprised if a sequel was made, or, you know, maybe like a direct-to-video sequel. You could honestly do this movie for a lot less money and still make it just as... It didn't need to be so grandiose. It could have been smaller in scale and still been tense, you know. And like I said, the Heights scene was the only one that I thought was tense at all. But it was a cool concept. They had it was almost like musical chairs, right? And then, like, a piece of the floor would fall out.
That part was cool. The one part I would say was, the worst part was the beginning, and when in that first room and you're in there, and it gets a little too hot in there.
Right.
But they're just like, let's have really loud music, and that's kids, that's how you make tension, right? It's not really like the context, like, really loud music would be kind of scary. You know, there's a timer, kind of, sort of, it's getting hot in there.
Right.
They're like hearing glasses of water. I was like, there's nothing intense about,
I know.
Oh, water! Like, that part was actually comically bad. But I wasn't, like, laughing at how bad that scene was. I was like, let's see where this goes. Because there's no way this could be the shittiest part. And it was. The worst part.
It's funny. I thought the shittiest part was, like, the ice level, the ice room. And I was just kind of like, okay. And then it's going to start cracking. Although that's always, like, one of my worst fears. That would be the worst
they're, like,
way
legit fears. And it had enough rooms, like, I know a lot of people afraid of heights. Don't freeze to death, that sounds lame. Drowning wouldn't be very
I thought putting those two rooms back to back, though, was kind of lame. I was like, are these going to be, like, all the earthly elements?
Yeah. I'm
fire,
like,
water.
You're a Taurus, or you're a Virgo. Like, no, that's fucking...
And then the weird last room with, like, the acid trip that was, like, went by way too quick. And the strobing effect, I didn't like that.
Yeah, they're... too much strobing. I could see someone actually having a seizure during that scene, so...
Really? Only the billiard scene
And then the hospital
The
one.
hospital scene was okay, and I didn't have a problem with the oven. I
Yeah.
thought was okay.
That movie could have been. It was 100 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely could have cut out one of the rooms.
Yeah.
Could have cut a whole character, honestly. Like 6, it was like,
Right.
I get it when, when we think about writing movies where you kill off
Right.
people, like, well, 6 gives you enough time in the movie to kill someone like
Right,
every 15
right.
minutes, so I get that. They didn't do that. It took forever. The characters they killed went from least significant to most. And yeah, it was just kind of,
Although, I don't know, the second person to die was the army soldier girl.
yeah.
I figured Dale would have been gone.
Me too. I thought he was probably the most expensive to hire. They're
Yeah.
like, shit. We can only afford this guy for like a week.
I wonder. I bet all those other actors have been in stuff that's just as big or popular.
Yeah,
we just
Mr.
don't watch it.
Yeah, that could definitely
You know what I
be the
mean?
case.
You probably look and it's
I
like,
recognize the redhead girl from something.
yeah. I'm sure they all, you know.
I mean, to get to where they're at.
Right,
I think
to be in that
the
movie.
main guy was probably just like a ridiculously good-looking model, and they're like, "Wow, you need to be in front of the
He's
camera
got to
more."
be in something. He's got to be in
He's
something.
not in fucking Abercrombie and Fitch.
The whole last room, he's
Yeah.
like, he's shirtless, and it's like, oh yeah, okay.
And even both of us were like,
And he's
"Ooh."
and he's pretty good
Yeah.
too.
No, he killed it. Yeah,
He
was
the whole
good.
cast was pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
didn't-
want to see them all in other stuff.
I didn't like the whiny alcoholic guy, but that's his
Yeah,
character.
that
I
was
don't
his
know
character.
I don't know if that's the actor's fault.
And also, like,
His whole character's just like,
their whole
"Eh."
yeah, he was a little whiny about it, but I didn't get the spiel. Like, these people survived amazing feats, and then they're like, some drunk dude who was like singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like,
Right.
and then you're gonna be in
Right,
it.
it's like you almost drowned. You survived a plane accident.
Yeah.
You survived an IED explosion, and you were an asshole driving around drunk.
Yeah, and you
Like-
survived a mine
like-
exploding and watching your brother die named Cal or something.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
such horrific things that all could be movies in their own standing. I remember
Right,
I
yeah.
leaned over to him like, there should be a movie on this girl's like backstory.
Yeah, being
Why don't we-
like
yeah.
lost in Vietnam.
Yeah,
or
that'd be
whatever.
so dope. Yeah, like you just crashed over Vietnam, and she's like, I was there for a week till they found me. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'd fucking watch that.
Fuck.
That's fucking crazy. But no, they that wasn't what the movie was about.
Yeah.
They all their backstories could have been interchangeable. For the most part.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But no, that was
But it like wasn't the point of the movie. I guess the whole reason the movie is made is for it to be tense, which it was.
I thought
There was
that-
at least one scene.
Yeah.
I will like.
so it's a thriller, but I
Yeah,
think it was
for
it was
sure.
kind of tone deaf
Yeah.
through some of it. It was
Yeah.
it's like I thought going into it was going to be a horror movie.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be more.
So I
of a
think they
horror film.
marketed it
Yeah.
as that, but it's
For
kind of
sure,
hard.
I saw one of the quotes on the trailer was like scary as hell. It's like it wasn't scary.
nothing
There
about
was
that was
one
scary.
scene that was tense.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that
Oh,
comment.
I think that was Natalie.
Oh, was it?
Yep, just
Telling
calling
me
us
to go to work.
losers. What's new?
Yeah,
Much nerds watching movies on a
Yeah.
Monday.
on a Monday morning.
No, that was I
Yeah, it was better than I thought.
yeah.
I really wanted to really give it a bad review. It was still bad, but it
Yeah.
wasn't as bad.
The idea of escape rooms was cool like 2 years ago.
Right.
So whoever wrote this story was like,
right.
man, I just got the thumbs up to make a movie for like
Well, it had such a big budget. I
Yeah.
wonder if it was made like a year ago,
and they
it just
had it-
couldn't get out.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. Yeah.
It got like re-edited a million times, or maybe people were like that ending was stupid, and then they were like, I
Yeah.
don't know how else to end it. We'll add a little pickup scene and see if
Right.
we can get a sequel going.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, not a movie I'd ever buy. Not really a movie I can recommend to go see. I mean,
This is the first one we've done for 2019, right?
because there's nothing out.
Yeah, there's nothing out, but last year's movies sucked.
Yeah.
So if this is the first movie I've seen, I've seen Aquaman and Vice. This is the third movie I've seen this week. Not gonna talk about those, but I have a good feeling for this year for movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the things like we saw last year.
Predator. We
Yeah, this
parked
is-
in that spot
yeah,
over there, and it was
this
like,
is better than
Jesus
Predator.
Christ. I don't want to. I'm angry that Predator is getting released. Like that should never have been
Right.
made. Yeah, last year was awful for me.
Yeah.
It was god awful.
Yeah, this one wasn't good. I don't really know who it was made. I guess it was just made for like teenage girls. That's actually like the other
back,
people.
yeah, the other
when
people,
we saw them leaving,
yeah.
it was like their mom and like two teenagers. And so it was like, yeah, that's who it was made for. It was made for 13-year-olds who go in a group and just kind of like, oh, and even some of the jokes, right, is like, what do I get? I'll give you back. I won't take your One Direction CDs.
Oh.
Like, One Direction?
Yeah, like
that's a
even the character's response was like, all right,
yeah.
good acting there, because that was a really poorly written line.
Yeah, there were a bunch of jokes like that I just didn't think were very good at all. You know.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, the nerdy guys like, do you do escape room? No, I have sex with adult women.
Yeah, that's what made me not like his character. I'm like, well, don't make fun of a guy who likes video games. Like,
right, yeah.
Fucking.
He's like just trying to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, that's what made me not like his character. And the more it went on, and you're like, oh, he may or may not have done something in his past that made him even less likable, but that made me like him more.
Right.
It made him more human, to where when he was giving off that like cheesy ass dialogue, I was like,
yeah,
fuck this guy. I was hoping he was the first or second, because I figured people as an audience would be like, fuck rich people, haha.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the
case. And I think that is supposed to be the thing, because there's a bunch of rich people who are paying online. It's like a dark web sort of thing, is what I gathered from the twist.
They didn't explain that all
They didn't explain it. They're just like, come back for a sequel, because
you'll learn more.
The movie is like the two survivors like, we're gonna go find these people.
You know what, in that case, it kind of reminds me of Final Destination.
Yeah, it's a little Final Destination.
But instead of
it had
Grim
a little
Reaper,
bit of
it's
like
rich people.
It had a little bit of like what am I thinking? I don't know. It was weird. It had like all these different like little elements to it. Like there were times where it kind of even felt a little bit Inception like too.
Yeah, like none of the rules mattered, and you just kind of were along for the ride.
And it's like, so okay, if they made $1 zillion with this and they got to make a sequel, is the sequel even going to be about being in an escape room, or is it just going to be about these like two badasses going to take down the company?
No, it would be easier if they just killed them off. It would be way easier. And then like, let's get 6 more sexy people to be locked in a room, with whatever backstories. No, I would tell people.
I wouldn't spend your money on it.
Don't spend your money on it. We didn't.
Yeah.
We were lucky and got a free way in.
Yeah, we got free tickets. So,
but don't go pay movie. Don't go spend money on this, because then you're gonna tell the studio you want a second one.
Right,
and don't fucking do that. But what you can do, drink a few beers with your homies and watch it when it comes out in DVD.
Yeah, it'll be on Netflix or something like that.
Yeah, you can see that or Hulu. Hulu likes to pick up those ones that did like moderately well.
Yeah, it'll obviously come out on DVD, but I mean, I would not buy this movie for multiple viewings. It is not one of those movies.
Yeah. It's not probably gonna replay.
Dr.
Really well.
Wu-Tang You or
Wu-Tang?
Josh and I couldn't stop.
Dude, every
Wu-Tang?
time. It has nothing to do with the fucking
movie.
movie.
And then even that, like, you knew from the first time they're like, oh, like you see Dr. Wu-Tang You on everything, and you knew that was an anagram for something.
Yeah.
And then it just ends up being an anagram for No Way Out.
Which I like Wu-Tang better.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I thought maybe like the anagram. I thought it was gonna come in like at the very end, in the last escape room, and it's like, something else, right? Only one or something. Only one person can get out.
Someone wasn't telling them.
Right.
They're like, that wasn't actually what happened, which still kind of happened to one of the main guys, but yeah.
So Wu-Tang You just being an anagram for No Way Out is stupid.
That's really dumb. That's really dumb.
You know that
and
there
that's
was
what made me laugh the most in the whole movie.
There was one guy who wrote the script, and then there was like one other dude who came in, and his one contribution was like,
fuck with Wu-Tang.
An anagram for No Way Out would be Wu-Tang You. It was like, all right, put it in.
Cool. Yeah.
Dr. Wu-Tang You.
I hope it was just one person working on the story. They didn't need multiple people making the swears.
Yeah.
But I guess it played. It's a movie that exists from 2019. It's
Right.
not too bad.
Right.
Um,
One of the first.
one of the
2019.
first. There'll probably be many. I know that once February rolls around, Happy Death Day. I imagine we'll
Yeah,
go see
yeah.
that.
Yep.
I kind of want to go to the other theater for that one because we saw the first.
To the mall.
Yeah.
We saw the first one here, I thought.
Oh, I'm thinking It Follows. Never mind.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
But there'll be many more. 2019 is gonna be a good year for movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Escape Room.
Pet Cemetery's coming out. I missed
Yeah.
the first part of the review. Oh,
Not really.
the first one it kind of
Yeah.
crapped out like 3 minutes.
Not
in.
3 minutes in. Yeah.
And we didn't really get much into it.
You'll get we're already at 20 minutes. If you watch this whole video, you have a very
If you-
good idea.
Yeah, if you've been watching for the most part in this,
Yeah.
you'll get an idea that it was like it was not good. It was bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be.
I'll give it a solid meh.
I honestly,
Yeah.
when you actually came over and we were like, all right, we're gonna go.
That is true. We were
on a
not too
Monday,
excited. Yeah.
And we were going in.
Yeah.
When it first started, like first couple seconds, I was like, I've never walked out of a movie before. I wonder, and it
this
wasn't
would be
that
it?
bad.
No.
Yeah, was nowhere near walkout bad.
I can walk out of a movie just because normally you pay for it.
Right,
So I'm like,
right.
well, that was just my mistake.
Well, I read recently that people were walking out of Holmes and Watson.
That's a whole other kit and caboodle. Not gonna go see that nor support that.
Yeah.
And I love me some Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, but
Yeah.
that's why we didn't start 2019 with that movie because that
Yeah.
was garbage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lots of people walking out.
Yeah.
But no, I'd say if you're bored, maybe go see this. If anything, go see Vice.
Yeah, there
I
are.
need to show you that
I'm
one
sure there
instead.
are better movies.
Better movies out right now.
I didn't see Aquaman, but I'm sure it's better.
If you have almost
Is
3 hours
Glass
to
out
kill-
right now?
No, Glass comes out. I think the poster's right there in like a week or so.
Okay.
I personally don't want to go see it, but I know everyone else thought that. Split was cool.
Yeah, I liked Split. And I like
I like James
Unbreakable.
McAvoy.
And I like Unbreakable, so
Oh,
um
I'm not a huge M. Night Shyamalan. After The Village, I was just kind of like, cool, I'm done.
yeah. Yeah. God,
But we'll still end up seeing Glass. Though, probably.
yeah,
That's what's gonna happen.
this movie is just weird, and it's weird
Mm-hmm.
that I was way too
Yeah.
prepared to
not like
to
it.
shit on this movie.
Yeah.
So
A pleasant surprise. That's
so
what we'll call it. Yeah.
I don't know if
It
it's
is
a pleasant surprise, but it wasn't as bad as I expected.
Yeah.
I expected a full-blown, watered-down Saw ripoff, like down to the T, down to like
The
know,
voice.
the voice that
narrator going
comes
the whole time.
in and is like you know you have four when in the beginning when they're like
Yeah.
oh
I mean,
yeah
that's
it's
that's
mostly
my
a miss.
Yeah.
It's
Mostly
mostly a
miss.
miss.
Well, he's saying for M. Night, but also this movie is
okay.
this movie. Like if you gave it a grade, I'd give it like a C minus, because it was like it was like
yeah, I could see
some
that.
good. It was some good dialogue, and a few other things away
Some
from
good actors.
from being like a good movie.
I like seeing Dale from Tucker and Dale versus
Yeah,
Evil.
that's what kind of like sold me to like go
Yeah.
see it.
I like the billiard scene was pretty cool.
That was cool. Yeah, there's some cool stuff in it.
So
Cool stuff in it.
yeah, like C minus.
Yeah,
Very average movie.
but again, much better than Predator.
Better than Predator. So
2018 was awful for
yeah,
movies.
yeah.
I'll stand by that.
Well, you got anything else to say about it?
No, I think we pretty much beat
Yeah.
this dead horse.
Other than stay tuned, watch some of our other videos.
yeah, check
some
out
more stuff coming up.
Subscribe if you haven't.
Yeah, this weekend we're actually going to be shooting an original short film of ours.
There we are.
Just a quick little short horror film because we're currently in the process of well, I mean, we already signed the contract, so I guess we can start talking about it now with Wild Eye.
Yeah,
I know anything is better than the new Predator movie.
Yeah.
But our movie is coming out soon, which
Yeah.
is way worse than Escape Room. So
Way worse than Escape Room, but still better than no. I don't know. Hopefully, it's better than Predator.
I hope it's better than
I hope
Predator.
it's better than
But
Predator.
that'll be coming out soon through Wild Eye Releasing, and it's taking a little while. So we're doing a little short film this weekend, and
gonna keep
yeah,
the
so
train rolling.
there's
It's gonna be a
stuff
good
coming
year.
out. Some new videos will be coming down the pipeline soon. Anything else yet?
No, I think it covers it. Until next time, kids.
Yep. All right.